So today I am back with a full giant bin of stuff that I am decluttering. I'm sure there is a lot more that I've missed, so if I find any, I'll just toss it to the next decluttering. But if you want to see stuff that I am getting rid of because either I haven't used it, I haven't reached for it, or I just did not like it, stick around. Okay, so in no random order, I'm just going to pull things out from here. The first thing that I am getting rid of is the Soap and Glory Mist You Madly. It's just a body spray. I love Soap and Glory stuff, but this one, I don't know why, it has like a really bad, like, manly tobacco smell to it, and I'm about to smell like that. I'm good, thanks. So I'm just going to get rid of this, and I don't need that in my life, guys. Also decluttering and getting rid of the Wet n Wild Fergie nail polish. I don't ever reach for this, and I don't really wear pinks that often, so. The next one that I'm getting rid of is the Wet n Wild Mega Last, and this is in the color Undercover. It's just not a very pretty, flattering color, so we're just going to pass on that. Getting rid of this e.l.f. nail polish in the shade Pearl Pink. It just looks like it's been there too long and has been starting to separate, so we're gonna just get rid of that. The next two nail polishes are also from e.l.f. and I don't know what happened to them. Like, I think this one once was like a brown and now it's some kind of goop in there, so we're gonna get rid of that. And the same thing with this one. It looked like it wanted to be like a tan color, and now it's just turned into that, so it's just time to be gone with those guys. Oh, guys, let's talk about this. This is going in here because this is the CoverGirl Total Tease mascara. Let's move this over to the side. So when you open it, here's the wand. What the hell? Like, it has here, can you guys see right here? It has these little bristles at the bottom, and then it has these bristles at the top. I cannot tell you how many times I've poked myself in the eye with this, and no. I just don't like it. I don't understand the bristles. Are you supposed to put them a certain way so that it doesn't smudge and it doesn't clump, and then brush it through with the other way? Because I almost lost an eye like 8 times from this. I've tried it. I've tried to like it, and no. No. The next thing is the NYX 5-color shadow in the Caribbean collection. I mean, like, the packaging is absolutely cute. I mean, it's nothing special. It's cute. It has a mirror, and as you can see, I've used like 2 of the shades a decent amount, but I just don't find myself reaching for this all that much, so I don't even remember the last time I reached for this, so we're just gonna say goodbye to it. The next thing is Around the World by Cargo Cosmetics. I think I got this in one of my BoxyCharms, I want to say. And it has a mirror, and as you can see, I used this once. For me, this palette, it's just filled with like transition shades, and it didn't do anything special for me. I've used it a couple of times. I mean, there really is no pigment in any of these shades at all. I mean, you swatch them, there's pigment to it, but then when you put it on your eye and you're blending out, it's just gone. So unfortunately, because I never reach for this and it just lacks in pigment, I'm gonna probably pass this on to one of my girls because it's fairly new. It's not like really old, so I'll probably pass this on to one of my girls. The next 3 things that I am decluttering and getting rid of are from Makeup Revolution. Now, Makeup Revolution has some good products and they have some really horrible products. Unfortunately, the 3 that I picked up that I have sitting here fall into the horrible products. The first one is the Makeup Revolution Fortune Favors the Brave. And I picked this up. I mean, it has this piece that has all the names on it. I don't keep these, okay? I don't think anybody keeps these, so I wish that makeup companies would put the freaking names on the shadows or near the shadows. That's just annoying. So here's what this looks like. These colors, as you can see, I've used it. I've tried to use this, okay? These colors look so pretty, and there's probably so many looks that you can do with this. But for me, they were extremely hard to work with, and the pigment had like no payoff. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm probably gonna toss this to one of my kids. They could play with it. The next one is the Makeup Revolution's Ultra Eyeshadow 32 Ultra Professional Eyeshadows. And it's Mermaid Forever. Oh, I mean, come on, mermaids. You know, you want, again, this freaking thing with the names on it that you got to keep because otherwise you don't know what the shade names are. For me, this just didn't work. Like, I was suckered in by the name Mermaid Forever. I used this palette, I want to say once, and it's just too shimmery, and there is hardly any pigment when you put it on, and you really got to work and build up that pigment, and I ain't about that life. I don't have time to sit here and blend and put more pigment and blend and put more pigment for 30 minutes, so I'm just gonna toss this, you know, to someone. The next one is the Eyes Like Angels palette, also from Makeup Revolution. And again, with this freaking thing here. This is what it looks like. I have, as you can see, I have tried and tried to use this palette, okay? These colors in here are absolutely beautiful. But again, there is so much fallout from this one. You can see it. It's just all over here. There's so much fallout from this one. There is pigment, but it's not enough to really call pigment in my opinion. And they just are very difficult to blend. And I really had hopes for this palette because these colors in here are so pretty. Like this blue and this brown here, they're absolutely beautiful. But there's just way too much fallout, and it's not worth sitting there cleaning up the amount of fallout that falls all over your face even after tapping your brush. It almost feels like the pigment is falling all over your face instead of where you want to place it. So for that, I am decluttering this. The next thing is Wonderlash by Rimmel. I just didn't care for this, and I don't know why, I just wasn't reaching for it. I mean, this is what the wand looks like. I just kind of felt like it really didn't do anything. It was just a mascara that did nothing but put just a little color on my lashes, but it didn't make them wonder, nothing. So I'm just going to get rid of that. The next thing that I am going to declutter, and don't judge, is from Flower Beauty. I think I've had this forever, and I've just come across it, but it's just all nasty, and this shade fell and broke. I mean, I've hit pan on this shade, and these other two I haven't used, and the black smeared all over it, so we're just going to get rid of that. Next thing that I am going to pass on, actually, is this lip from Lala Fox. Walmart had a whole bunch of these, and I was like, oh, let me just, pick up some and give it a try, because, sometimes you find a drugstore brand that nobody's heard of, and you really, score big and you think that they're great. And this is what it looks like right here. That's in the shade Brian. And I just didn't like the way it felt on my lips. And I left it on, even though I didn't like the way it felt, because it's supposed to be a matte lipstick. It never dried down to a matte lipstick. And I wound up within 15 minutes looking like I had butthole lips. So we're just going to get rid of that one. I also have, is there another one? There's actually a couple of shades from them that I'm going to get rid of. This one is in the shade Fern. And I picked this up because it was like the perfect looking red. That's the same thing happened. It never dried down and it just wasn't for me at all. So we're going to just get rid of that one. And then this one is Jeremy. And again, it's a very, very pretty color, but it never dried down and I didn't like the way it sat on my lips and I didn't like the way it felt. And I have so many lipsticks, there's no need to keep things that I don't really care for, so we're just going to toss that aside. The next thing that I am going to declutter is also from Lala Fox, and it is in the Second Skin Foundation in Honey Bronze. This is what it looks like. First of all, foundation should never look at the inside of the cap. Should never do that. Absolutely. Never do that. That's just disgusting. I'm getting rid of this for many, many reasons. One, you guys know, I say it all the time, I have more foundations than I actually need. But I wanted to try this. You know, it's a drugstore brand and, you know, let's just see what it has to offer. Horrible. Horrible. It was so hard to blend. You could not blend this out. Then when you finally got it blended out, it was cracking and like you couldn't even put on bronzer because as you were putting your bronzer on, it was taking the foundation off. Nope, not about that. The next thing that I am actually just going to toss is by Tempt 2. I think I got this a while back in one of my BoxyCharms, and this is more of a airbrush product, and I don't own a makeup airbrush, so there's no need to keep it. I tried to use it, you know, without the airbrush, and it just doesn't seem as effective, so for that, I'm just going to get rid of it. The next two things are from Stila, and these are the Got Inked Cushion Eyeliners. This is in Smoky Quartz and this is in Blue Sapphire. The reason why I am getting rid of these, and I don't have them really that long, but look. Like no product comes out of this one. Like nothing. So there's no way that you can use that as an eyeliner at all. And then this one, which is in the Blue Sapphire, it's just totally dry. The whole inside of it is dried out. So I was a little disappointed because, you know, you have so much makeup, so you don't get around to really using everything that you have. And they're not that old, honestly. They have to be maybe 4 months, 5 months old. If that long, I don't even know. But when I went to reach for them, there's really no product in this that you can really use in the Smoky Quartz as an eyeliner. And then the Blue Sapphire one was all dried out. So I kind of feel like I wasted my money. So we're just going to get rid of them because there's no need to keep dry, saggy shit in your collection. The next thing that I am going to actually just get rid of is from Buxom, and this is in the shade Almond Nude, and this is in their Weightless Foundation. I bought this, and they didn't have like the shade colors on the box. So I was just like, oh, okay, it says almond. I have shades in my collection that are almond. How could you go wrong? Let me show you. Let me show you. That is not really almond. I could not pull that off. I mean, if I was tan, yes. I mean, I do have olive complexion, but I'd have to wait all summer long to like tan and be out in the sun and be outside to actually maybe use this for 1 week. So no use in it sitting in a drawer and it's never going to get used, so time to get rid of it. The next thing that I am getting rid of, I don't even know where I got this from. It is from Pacifica, and it's just the Island Life. I never even tried this, and it was just sitting there. I mean, like, if I've never tried it, then I'm probably never going to try it, and so I will just give it to one of my children's. The next thing, I might have gotten this in a BoxyCharm, is the Jing Al Velvet Shine Lip Jewel. And this is what it looks like. I wanted to like it so bad, okay? My problem with this one is that it's a velvet shine lip, but it feels kind of like a lip gloss, and I don't like lip gloss. Like, sometimes I like the non-sticky lip glosses, like the ColourPop lip glosses. Those are the bomb. They're not sticky. They don't make your lips feel nasty. When you talk, your lips don't stick together and you don't get like those like lines in your lip. But this was just like slippery on the lips and like just, no. So I'm gonna get rid of that. The next thing that I am getting rid of is from the Katy Perry CoverGirl collection, and this is in the shade Ready to Pounce. It's orange, and it's like, no, not for me. The next thing that I'm getting rid of is from Bella Pierre, and this is the Coral Cheek and Lip Stain. And this is what it looks like. I can't use coral colors, and just, no. The next thing that I'm getting rid of is something else from Pacifica, and I don't know where I got the Pacifica products from. I don't even remember buying them. But it's just a single eyeshadow in the shade Treasure. Might have come in my Ipsy bag. I don't know. But again, it's just another shade that I haven't used, and it's been sitting there and I'll probably never use, so time to pass that on. The next thing is this little NYX Butter Gloss. Did you hear that? Okay. So that's what it looks like, and I'm not going to swatch it because this thing is so sticky. Like, if you have any little like hairs on your arm and you go to swatch it, it sticks there. And it's so hard to get off. Also, I've tried using it and it is just extremely sticky on the lips, and I just don't like it. I don't like how it feels. You get that like tackiness on your lips when you open and close your mouth, and no. So we're just gonna get rid of that. Another thing from Makeup Revolution is the I Love Makeup Primer, and this is what it looks like. I mean, the packaging is cute. I mean, for, you know, for like a 12-year-old girl. But now this is supposed to be a primer. So let me give you guys a little swatch of this. So this is the primer. It's an eyeshadow primer. Why is it so dark? And why is it so shimmery? Like, yes, if you were going for like a shimmery eye look, I would understand that. But why is it dark? Like, I don't like that. I've tried it and it's messed up so many looks that I've had to restart just because the primer itself was just too dark. The next thing that I'm getting rid of, I don't even know who it's by. I haven't a clue. And it looks beat up and disgusting. It's some sort of a lip gloss from someone. So we're just gonna get rid of that. The next thing is Caitlin Just Mineral Eye Polish. I mean, look how cute the packaging is. It looks like nail polish, but it's actually eyeshadow. And this is what the applicator looks like. I mean, it's absolutely cute. But like the product is in there. But see, like it has, the inside has the little like sifter in there. And the product is extremely hard to get out. It is a very pretty color. I will swatch it for you guys. It is a very, very pretty color. But once your brush runs out of color, you know, you've got to spend a good minute or two trying to just get out some color. So I'm just going to pass this on because I don't find myself reaching for it at all, if ever. I'm also getting rid of the Lala Fox Air Primer. This thing made my face burn. I put this on and I just, no. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm traumatized from it. So I'm just going to throw that out. I have a couple of foundations that I'm also decluttering. I have the Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation in 103. And I've just had this one for a really, really long time. And I don't find myself reaching for it that much anymore, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I have way too many foundations just to keep foundations that maybe I might go back and use them again. Again, same thing with the CoverGirl True Blend. I mean, I've used it a bunch, but it's disgusting. I don't know what happened to the top of it, but I just don't find myself reaching for this one, and this is in the shade M7. I don't really reach for it, like I said, and it kind of sits in the back of the foundation drawer and never comes to the front to play, so we're just going to get rid of it. The next two are from Clinique, and these are the little tiny samples. These colors in the bottle, they look absolutely beautiful, and you can get a ton of wears out of this because a little bit of this goes a really, really, really long way. And this is in the shade MN14. My problem is they look so pretty and so, like the right kind of shade is the wording I'm looking for, I think. When I put them on and I start blending them out, they look pink. No, not pink undertones. They look pink. So, I'm just going to pass this on to somebody who wants to look like maybe a pink elephant and not deal with this anymore. I mean, you could see in here too, I mean, this little thing of foundation could really get you a ton of uses, and I wish that it was like my true shade. Like, look at the bottle. Okay, so obviously it's a tan. I put it on, you would think, okay, it might be a little bit too dark, but we can work with it. It's pink. How is it pink? How? The next foundation, again, is just another CoverGirl True Blend, and this was in M6. Sometimes I would like to mix these two shades together just to get like a better, you know, combination. And again, I just don't see myself reaching for them, and they've been sitting in the back for a while and not shaken up, and they're getting like yucky looking. So bye-bye, guys. The next two things that I am getting rid of are the Hard Candy Heavy Duty Concealers. I have two of them, okay? like them, but I don't reach for them because they are very greasy. Like, you put them on, let's see. Ew. Look. They're very thin, and you could see the grease shining off. Look at it dripping. So it takes a while to actually work with them. Let me just wipe this off before it drips all over the place. So it takes a while to actually work with these guys, and after a while, even if you set it, when you first set it, you're like, oh my God, this looks so amazing. It looks so great. But I would say about 3 to 4 hours into it, everything under your eye or wherever you put your concealer starts to separate, and it just doesn't look good. The next thing is another shade from Makeup Revolution. I don't know where I got this one. I don't even know how to open this one. Okay. Oh, here we go. And this is Blue Planet from Makeup Revolution. I don't know. I never reached for it, never touched it. It's just been sitting there, so I will pass that on. The next thing I want to talk about, and I've been on the fence since I was putting stuff in my declutter bin to talk about. I purchased this. One of my girlfriends sells Unique, and I saw this color. And I knew I had to have this color in my life. And this is from the Moonstruck Liquid Splashes. And this is in the shade Spellbound. And this is what it looks like. I mean, the packaging is absolutely cute, okay? But look at this dark color. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it, okay? So I'm going to swatch it. It is the most darkest, vampiest purple ever. It is creamy, okay? Here's where I get very confused. Mine never dry down to be a matte lipstick. I don't know if it is meant to be a matte lipstick, honestly. I know I was told that it was supposed to dry down and be matte, but mine never dried down. The color looked absolutely phenomenal, okay? So before anybody starts throwing shade or starts throwing hate, the color looked absolutely phenomenal. So about an hour into wearing this shade, I had butthole lips. And I don't mean like lightly butthole lips or, oh, is she getting butthole lips? No, no. I had full out butthole lips. All of this here and even on the top was gone. And that was an hour after wearing it. So for me, I can't do it. I can't have to keep reapplying. If it's supposed to be matte and it's supposed to dry down, then it should stay there for a good couple of hours. So for me, I just didn't like this product, and I don't think that it was worth the almost $30 that I paid for it. But there are so many other products out there that are cheaper and much more better. I mean, look at ColourPop. $6 for a matte lipstick that is just as creamy, and you don't get butthole lips, and it lasts a good amount of hours. So for me, guys, I'm sorry. If you guys like Unique, that's great for you. I'm not saying that I don't like any of their products. This is the only products that I've tried from Unique, and it just didn't tickle my fancy. So I'm gonna pass it on. And maybe in the future I will try another one, but I'm just gonna call a loss and get rid of it. The next thing that I'm going to get rid of is a lip gloss from Milani. I don't even know why I have this, because I don't wear lip glosses. I don't know. I mean, it smells so good. It smells like a cupcake, honestly. But I don't do lip glosses. The only lip glosses that I have used, again, are the ones from ColourPop, and I absolutely love those. Those are just phenomenal. The next thing that I am decluttering and actually just getting out of my life is the Flower Beauty Mascara. And this is Zoom In Mascara. So basically, it says Twist 3-in-1. You could see the writing back here. Twist 3-in-1 Mascara. So basically, you're supposed to open it up, and this is what the brush looks like. Okay? So then you're supposed to turn this, and it makes the brush a little bit longer. But to me, this just felt very gimmicky. It didn't make my lashes look like they were gonna flutter away or anything. All it did was make the wand smaller and bigger, and it didn't do anything special. So to me, this just felt very gimmicky, so I am going to get rid of it. And the last two things, guys, we're coming up on the end, is, again, this lipstick from Pacifica. I don't know where, they must have come in my Ipsy bags. I don't know. And this is in the shade Sweet One. And, I mean, it's a very pretty color. It's very, very creamy. It's a very, very nice brown. But I just don't find myself reaching for this one. So I will just pass that along. Lastly is this bubblegum pink MAC lipstick. And this is in the shade Personal Statement. This lipstick is really a personal statement. Let's just watch her. That really is a Barbie pink. I say it all the time, I don't wear much pinks. I really don't. For some reason, I just can't pull off pinks. If it's the right shade of pink, not like this, I can probably pull it off and it could be wearable. Something like this, all I need is a piece of gum and like just sit here and blow bubbles and be like an airhead, but I'm not. So I'm going to pass on this and just give it away. I applied it once and was like, not for me. Okay, guys, so that was my decluttering for now. I'm sure I have more stuff to declutter. For me, it's just very hard sometimes to part with certain things because, you know, you remember the first time you bought it, or, you know, you might use it, you might not use it, but I kind of am at the point now where, like, I have so much makeup that I don't know what to do with myself. I only have 2 eyes, 1 face. I mean, there's just, if I'm not going to use it, I have to get rid of it. If it's not a product that I like, there's no sense in keeping it. If it's not a product that I'm ever going to use, then it's time to get rid of it or hand it off to somebody who will give it a better home. So if you liked this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. And if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, bye, guys.